Greetings everyone! Here I am again, and today I'm excited to introduce a groundbreaking system that takes database application development to a whole new level. This system is called Schemora. With the help of artificial intelligence, Schemora allows you to design a complete database schema in just a few steps, and from that, it automatically generates a fully functional application. You can try the application instantly online, and for enterprise-grade development, you can download the complete source code. It's delivered as a full Visual Studio solution, including multiple .NET projects ready for professional use. Let me show you how it works. Stay with me. Welcome to the Schemora Showcase. In this three-part series, we explore how artificial intelligence can help us create a complete database management application from a simple business idea. In the first part, we generate the specification with ChatGPT. Then Recroby creates the model, and finally, Schemora builds the application, which we try out right away. In the second part, we take a closer look at the data model behind the generated application. And in the third part, we open the full source code, build the solution, and run the application locally. Let us begin. After a successful registration and login, you're greeted with a simple menu where you can access applications, modules, and their entities. The application list is currently empty, and I could start creating a new one manually here, but instead, I'll generate a description using ChatGPT. I've already prepared the prompt, and it goes like this. Write a 15-sentence unformatted textual specification for a sample application. The application must serve a business-related purpose, not focus on personal or private life topics. Describe what the application does, what types of data it manages, how the data relate to each other, and their role in the application's operation. The text must be clear and easy to understand, without technical terms, implementation details, or references to specific technologies. Do not include user management, permission systems, charts, list views, or any other functionality unrelated to data structure design, as these are handled by the base system. Focus only on the data and their relationships. Avoid lists, formatting, headings, and explanations, just provide the plain text. Let's see what it comes up with. The application helps a company manage its inventory, track supplier relationships, and record product purchases. Each product has a name, description, unit cost, and stock quantity. Products are grouped into categories that describe the type of an item or its intended use. Suppliers provide one or more products and have a name, contact details, and a unique supplier code. Each purchase order records the date it was placed, the supplier it was sent to, and the employee who created it. A purchase order contains one or more product lines, and each line shows the product, quantity ordered, and total cost for that item. Products can appear on many purchase orders, and suppliers can be linked to many products over time. The application tracks which supplier was responsible for each item in a specific purchase. When a new shipment arrives, the corresponding purchase order is marked as received, and the stock quantities of the included products are updated. A separate record is kept for each delivery received, showing the delivery date and any notes about damaged or missing items. Products may be discontinued, and the application marks these items so they are no longer included in future orders. Suppliers may change their contact details, and historical records preserve their past information for reference. The company may have multiple branches, and each purchase order is linked to a specific branch. Branches have names, locations, and codes to identify them. Products are assigned to one or more branches based on where they are stored. The application maintains all records for audit and reporting purposes, but does not handle how these records are displayed or analyzed. Alright, this is what I'll throw into Schemora. In the Functions menu, I select Recroby and I say, Create an application. Then I paste in the description generated by ChatGPT. I send the request. In the lower right corner, you can already see that it has started working. If I want to cancel the request, I can do that by clicking the Terminate button. Make sure to keep this window open. Closing it does not interrupt the task. Recroby is an AI-powered assistant, And earlier I added 10 euros to my balance on the profile page to be able to use it. Right now, I've asked it to generate a complete application, which may take a few minutes. The status window shows how much the current task has cost so far, and the counter in the header shows how many requests Recroby has sent to the AI to complete the task. The task is complete. It took 50 steps. It lasted about 6 minutes and cost approximately 27 euro cents. We get a summary of what was created. I won't read it all now. The main point is that it generated 4 modules, along with some entities and enums. I refreshed the application list, and a new application has appeared, Inventory Manager. Originally, I was going to show what Recroby generated, but let's leave that for another video. For now, let's jump ahead and try out the application. Before we try out the application, I will generate some test data. This error appears because, before generating the test data, Schemora performs a validation on our model, which already requires the root namespace. So I will enter the root namespace. Typically, this is based on the company name, but for now, this is just a demo. Here you can also see the available balance, which can be used for the AI features. Let me try again. Done. Here is the result. It cost 6 cents. In addition to the test data, I will add another language to the user interface. Let's say Hungarian. This one cost less than half a cent. Alright, then I will add one more. Let's make it German. All 4 modules are now ready. Let me take a look. Let's check one of the properties as well. This is ready too. Alright, I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's take a look at the finished application. From the Functions menu, I will select Run Preview. I need to set the administrator password that I will use to log in to the application. Publish. Schemora will now generate the entire application and install it on a test server. After a successful deployment, we will get a URL where we can access the application. On the first login, we need to be patient because the system will then create the full database, including importing the test data and applying all the necessary configurations. The login name is the root namespace, and the password is the one we entered earlier. The first user who logs into the application will automatically receive application-level administrator rights. By default, the main menu is built based on the modules and entities. Of course, this can be customized freely at runtime or in code, thanks to the support of the Recrogrid framework. First, I will quickly click through the menu items to see if everything is working and if the test data has been loaded. Deliveries, branches, categories, product branch mappings, products, employees, purchase order lines, purchase orders, product supplier mappings, supplier histories, and suppliers. So each table has a grid view, and of course a form view. For example, this is the product form view. Based on the definitions in Schemora, every field has a user-friendly label and a tooltip. In case of enum types, each item has its own tooltip. Here you can see that the data from the category table appears in a drop-down list. This is the only setting I changed earlier. Soon I will also show how the default selection setting works. On these tabs, we can see the related tables. These are already filtered results, so only the data related to the current product is shown. If a field allows selecting a value from another table, a button appears next to the field. For example, the supplier name. When a selection is made, the field content also acts as a filter. If I clear it, I get the full list, which I can still filter manually. This method provides a convenient way to select values, even when working with a large number of records. The layout of the fields or tabs in these form views can be customized, even at runtime, thanks to the support of the Recrogrid framework. Earlier, I added 2 language extensions to the application. Let me try it out. As you can see, everything now appears in German, including the menu items, field names, tooltips, and buttons. And this is the Hungarian display. In addition to the grid-style display, a tree-style view is also available. You can switch between views using this button. On the administrator interface, you can configure which related lists and how many columns should be shown. I won't show these settings now, but I will change the order of the columns. The different views can also be filtered. There is a quick filter for simple filtering operations. Additionally, there is another option where you can define complex filtering conditions. Here, you can set different conditions for each column, and you can also use brackets. Now I will add just one filter. Let the category be food. I will remove it. Of course, you can also set the column widths and their order. And here, you can configure which columns should be visible in the grid. This view setting can be given a name, and we can define which groups are allowed to see it, so it's easy to set up different views for different roles. I will save it like this. After refreshing, I can load this view, which includes the column settings, sizes, order, filtering, and sorting. The application is able to store data changes. For example, I change the name and save it. Then I change the name back and modify the status. I also change the status for another record. Here we can see the changes. I changed the name to Calculator 1, then changed it back and modified the status. And here above is the other record. There is also a chart feature available for different tables. For example, I want to see how many records there are by status. 2 are discontinued, 18 are active. This chart can be downloaded too. Just like with the views, these settings can be saved as well. So, these were the key features of the app, and honestly, there's still so much more the Recrogrid framework can do, so be sure to check out our other content related to Recrogrid framework. Before we wrap up, I hope I gave you a good sense of just how powerful and efficient this system really is. Creating something like this from scratch, without Schemora and the Recrogrid framework, could easily take a year using traditional methods. Let us know in the comments what frameworks you use for your enterprise applications. How long would it take you to build features like complex, column-level filtering, user-specific settings, audit logging, field-level permission control, and setting up related grids and selection dialogues where users can pick values from other entities? But hang tight, in the next part, we're going all the way back to the beginning to see exactly what kind of data Schemora used to build this app. If you found this useful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.